Picture this, a 12-year-old boy, not glued to a screen or lost in the noise of a bustling world, but sitting calmly in the heart of a sacred temple, captivating the sharpest minds of his time. This wasn't just any kid. This was young Jesus, a child with a spark of divine purpose in his eyes, holding court with scholars and sages who were left stunned by his wisdom. In an age before smartphones, algorithms, or endless notifications, this boy wasn't distracted by the chaos of the world. Instead, he was laser-focused on something far greater, something eternal. When his parents, frantic with worry, finally found him, he didn't apologize or shrink back. He looked at them and dropped a bombshell from Luke 2 verse 49. "Didn't you know I had to be about my Father's business?" Let those words sink in for a moment. My Father's business. At 12 years old, Jesus wasn't chasing fleeting dreams or mimicking the ambitions of those around him. He was anchored to a mission so profound, so electrifying, that it would ripple through history, reshaping the world forever. But what does that even mean? My Father's business? Was it a cryptic code reserved for the divine? A lofty ideal only a chosen few could grasp? Or could it be something far more personal, a universal calling whispered into every heart brave enough to listen? Now, pause and look at your own life. If you're anything like most of us, it's a whirlwind, isn't it? A relentless blur of deadlines, notifications, and to-do lists that never seem to end. We're always running, chasing careers, relationships, status, or that elusive something more we can't quite name. We scroll through feeds, binge shows, and fill our days with noise, hoping to stumble across meaning. But in the quiet moments, when the distractions fade, don't you feel it? That nagging question, is this really what I'm meant to be doing? What if the secret to the deep, soul-level fulfillment we're all searching for isn't found in the next promotion, the perfect partner, or the latest trend? What if it's hidden in an ancient truth, in this mysterious Father's business that captivated a young boy destined to change the world? Let's dig deeper. Imagine Jesus in that temple, surrounded by towering stone walls and the hum of sacred rituals. The air is thick with incense, the atmosphere heavy with the weight of tradition. Yet there he is, a child, unafraid to ask bold questions, to challenge assumptions, to point to a truth beyond the surface. His words weren't just a declaration of purpose. They were a radical invitation to rethink what matters most. My Father's business wasn't about wealth, power, or fame. It was about aligning his life with a divine mission, a purpose that transcended the temporary and touched the eternal. It was about love, service, truth, and connection to something bigger than himself. So, what does that mean for you and me, right here, right now, in the chaos of 2025? In a world obsessed with likes, followers, and instant gratification, could Father's business be the antidote to our restlessness? Could it be the key to unlocking a life of meaning that doesn't fade when the trends do? Maybe it's not about achieving some exclusive, unattainable ideal reserved for spiritual giants. Maybe it's about rediscovering a calling that's already woven into the fabric of who you are, a call to live with intention, to love fiercely, to serve others, to seek truth, and to make a difference in the world around you. Think about it. What if Father's business isn't a one-size-fits-all blueprint, but a deeply personal invitation? For some, it might mean creating art that inspires hope. For others, it could be raising children with kindness and courage, or building a business that lifts up a community. It might mean speaking truth in a world that's drowning in noise, or simply listening to someone who feels invisible. Whatever form it takes, it's about aligning your life with a purpose that feels bigger than you, a purpose that electrifies your soul and leaves a lasting impact. But here's the catch. This journey isn't always easy. It requires courage to step away from the world's script, to say no to the distractions that pull us off course. It demands that we ask hard questions. What am I chasing and why? What's holding me back from living with deeper purpose? What's the one thing I could do today to move closer to a life that matters? The answers might surprise you. They might challenge you. They might even reshape everything you thought you knew about success, significance, and what it means to truly live. This is where the story of young Jesus becomes more than a historical moment. It becomes a mirror. His clarity, his boldness, his unshakable focus on Father's business invites us to look at our own lives with fresh eyes. Are we living for something that lasts, or are we caught in a cycle of chasing what's temporary? Are we listening to that quiet whisper of purpose, or are we drowning it out with the noise of the world? The journey to discover what Father's business means for you is one of the most exhilarating, transformative adventures you'll ever take. It's a path that promises not just answers, but a way of living that's shockingly relevant, deeply fulfilling, and eternally significant. So, where do you start? Maybe it's with a single, brave step, a moment of stillness to listen to your heart, a conversation with someone who inspires you, a small act of kindness that ripples outward. The beauty of this calling is that it's not reserved for the elite or the perfect. It's for anyone willing to seek it. It's for you right here, right now, in the middle of your messy, beautiful, complicated life. The question is, are you ready to discover what Father's business means for you? The answer might just change everything. So, you're hit with that burning question, what is this Father's business that could totally reshape your view of success? Let's cut to the chase. Forget corporate ladders. Forget stock portfolios. Seriously, what if the universe's most critical business has a job description that shatters what we're taught to chase? And the kicker, you might be qualified right now. Look at Jesus, his life, pure, focused intentionality. Even as a kid, he knew his mission. Laser sharp, no wasted moments. On task, driven by colossal purpose from the start. Now, what does our world scream is success? Money, fame, status, that endless grind. But does that chase, that purpose over profit, illusion, ever truly satisfy? The Father's business defined completely flips that. It's not about personal gain. It's about profound, selfless impact. This divine assignment is all about people. It's about building God's kingdom, pursuing his righteousness daily. Think, radically loving the overlooked, tirelessly serving the broken, offering forgiveness that defies logic, being an unshakable beacon of light and tangible hope when darkness looms. That's the real bottom line. Consider Alex a high-flying exec, top salary killer apartment, but empty inside. Then, Alex started quietly mentoring a kid from a tough background. No applause, no bonus. Just an hour a week. Alex will tell you, that small, unseen investment. It unleashed a joy, a taste of the Father's business money could never touch. A total game changer. And listen, this isn't some exclusive club. If you're with Christ, this heavenly assignment, this gospel mission is yours. Mark 16 verse 15 is direct. Go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. Universal. Acts 10 verse 42 drives it home, a command to testify about Jesus. This isn't a side project. It's your main calling for intentional living, impacting eternity. But here's the part that might just blow your mind, the secret code of this divine operation. The Father's business often rewards the very things our world ignores or scoffs at. Quiet acts of service when no one's looking, that gut-wrenching forgiveness, that stubborn hope when despair rages. These are the KPIs in God's economy. So, I gotta ask, be real. Could society's definition of success be a dangerous illusion, a distraction from genuine treasure? Chasing shiny objects while true gold waits. What's your take? It's a heavy thought, right? That this powerful, life-altering Father's business is right there, yet so many of us feel stuck, just spinning our wheels. Why? Well, that answer, my friend, involves unmasking a very cunning operator, a true master of an incredibly subtle, almost invisible, art of spiritual sabotage. That nagging feeling of being stuck, even knowing about the incredible Father's business, often points directly to that cunning operator we mentioned, the master of spiritual sabotage. So, let's pull back the curtain. What if the greatest threat to your life's deepest purpose isn't a visible monster, but your own jam-packed to-do list? This is the little-known, devastatingly effective tactic of the ultimate spiritual saboteur. This enemy of your soul isn't a caricature. Think a strategic genius whose goal is to make you ineffective in your calling. His prime directive: create spiritual distraction, divert your energy from the Father's business. It's a battle for your intentional focus, and his methods are insidious. His key spiritual distraction tools aren't obvious, evil, too predictable. Instead, he floods you with busy things, good-looking distractions, tasks seeming urgent but are meaningless pursuits for your divine assignment. The endless scroll, the pointless meeting, the project with zero eternal weight. It's constant noise designed to keep you swamped, ensuring soul starvation under a mask of productivity. This is his classic busyness trap. Consider Mark a community pillar, admired by all. His calendar was a testament to his activity. Back-to-back meetings, countless projects, always rushing, always achieving. He looked like success personified, but in the quiet moments, a gnawing emptiness consumed him. He was, in his own words, running on fumes, his spiritual tank perpetually near empty. He was undeniably doing good, but the crucial question haunted him: was he doing God's specific business for him? His was a textbook case, a full calendar masking a starved soul, a subtle masterpiece of spiritual sabotage. And here's the chilling reality: this enemy doesn't care if you're a good person doing good things, if those activities divert you from your specific divine assignment in the Father's business. He's thrilled if you're busy with the wrong, meaningless pursuits. Ready for the truly shocking part: the enemy doesn't just tolerate your misdirected busyness. He'll applaud your packed schedule if it masterfully keeps you from your God-given purpose. He loves it when urgent tasks become a cleverly spun web of spiritual stagnation, a total diversion from your intentional focus. So, be honest. Could your relentless activity, your overflowing commitments, be his victory? Are you truly advancing, or just spinning your wheels in an elaborate busyness trap? What does your heart whisper when you dare to ask? It's a sobering thought, isn't it? That our proud productivity could be a smokescreen for soul starvation. So how do we escape this sophisticated spiritual sabotage and genuinely step into our Father's business each day? The strategy might be simpler, yet more profound than you currently imagine. Ready to ditch that spiritual sabotage for the simpler, profound strategy we hinted at? Fantastic. Imagine waking up daily with a crystal-clear mission, a resounding yes, silencing all noise, directing your entire day. This isn't a fantasy, it's the accessible power of one intentional decision. And here's the secret to making this daily commitment stick: achieving true intentional Christian living. This shift towards living God's purpose isn't about a once-a-week overhaul. It's about daily, hourly, moment-by-moment intentionality. It's a conscious choice, a persistent pivot. Each morning, the battle for your focus begins. But you have the power. How? Arm yourself with a powerful morning declaration. Today, I must be about my Father's business. Tattoo it on your heart each dawn. Let that single thought ignite your trajectory. Then, through the chaos and the calm of your day, constantly self-assess. Before you dive into that next email, before you scroll endlessly, before you say yes to another demand on your time, hit pause. Ask yourself, and be brutally honest: is this conversation, this click, this project, this moment truly helping my Father's business, or is it just noise? That raw honesty, it's your compass. And don't you dare believe those small acts don't matter. That's a lie. The profound truth: every tiny act of faithfulness, each moment of obedience, sends ripples into eternity. No effort is wasted. These small acts have big impact. Here, the power of prayer is your lifeline for Holy Spirit guidance. In moments of surrender to God, you lay down your plans, your ego. You plead for a heart realigned with His love, mercy, truth. This isn't passive. It's actively becoming the light of Matthew 5 verse 16, so others see your good deeds and glorify your Father. It's embodying the peacemakers of Matthew 5, verse 9. You become salt, preserving good. Through prayer, you ask, God, how can I partner in your practical faith today, living God's purpose? Picture Maria, overwhelmed, directionless. She started this daily yes. Each morning, that simple declaration. Each choice, that pointed question. Small acts of kindness. Forgiving a long-held grudge. Praying for wisdom. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, a profound shift. The anxiety lessened. A deep, quiet joy began to bloom. Maria was experiencing a transformative journey, discovering her unique path in the Father's business. Now lean in, the most radical act in our self-obsessed world. Complete, unreserved surrender to God, to His will. This daily yes, this intentional Christian living, isn't losing yourself. It's discovering your truest self in a purpose far grander. This is the secret to unlocking unshakable joy, profound peace, and the ultimate spiritual ROI, that eternal well done. Ready for that investment? Living this daily yes transforms your days and destiny. It prepares you for ultimate affirmation. But what does that final victory look like? How can you walk confidently towards hearing those most coveted words? That daily yes we explored. It's building towards the ultimate moment. So, picture your life's grand finale, not a fade to black, but a glorious arrival, and then those words echoing for eternity. Well done, good and faithful servant. What if today, right now, you start consciously writing that extraordinary ending, crafting your Father's business legacy? Remember our journey. Understanding this divine calling, sidestepping those distractions, and that daily commitment to live with purpose. It all leads to one thing: true fulfillment found only in aligning with God's grand design for you. Imagine the sheer joy, the eternal significance of that divine affirmation. Well done. 2 words worth more than all earthly treasures, signifying a life that truly mattered. Don't just let this fade. Let it ignite your heart. This is your personal invitation to your most significant business. What one specific act for the Father's business will you do before this day ends? Choose it. Do it now. Your extraordinary legacy, those incredible eternal rewards, begin with that single yes. Start today.